When a person has suffered too much, something remarkable happens. Their heart doesn't harden, it expands. Beneath the scars, they develop a deep compassion that only those who've truly been broken can understand. They become the quiet healers of the world, the ones who sense sadness in others without a word being spoken, who offer comfort without asking for recognition. Their empathy isn't learned from books or philosophy. It's carved from their own wounds. They know what it feels like to be unseen, unheard, and misunderstood, so they make sure no one around them ever feels that way. You'll notice they carry a certain warmth, even in silence. They may not talk about their pain, but it shows in how gently they treat others. They listen fully, without judgment, because they know how fragile a human soul can be. Their advice comes from experience, not theory, from nights when they had to be their own source of strength. They've learned that real kindness is not loud or performative. It's quiet, consistent, and deeply human. Ironically, those who've suffered most often hide it best. They wear their strength so naturally that others forget what it cost them. But beneath that calm exterior lies a heart that has fought through exhaustion, loss, and disappointment, and still chooses to love. Their love is cautious, but when given, it's pure. It comes without expectation, only hope that it will not be mishandled again. These people have also mastered forgiveness, not because others deserved it, but because they deserve peace. They've realized that holding on to anger keeps the pain alive. So, they forgive in silence, not to reconcile, but to release. Their healing is ongoing, but it's beautiful, a kind of grace that grows stronger with time. In a world obsessed with appearances, those who've suffered too much carry an invisible beauty. A beauty made of endurance, empathy, and quiet wisdom. They remind us that pain, when transformed, can become light. And though they may still carry their scars, they've learned how to turn them into strength, proof that even from the darkest places, the human spirit can rise again, softer, wiser, and more loving than before. After enduring deep suffering, something strange happens. They stop fighting everything. The anger, the resistance, the endless questioning of, "Why me?" eventually burns out, and in its place grows a quiet acceptance. It's not that they no longer care, it's that they've learned what's worth caring about. People who have suffered too much begin to understand that peace is not found in fixing everything, it's found in letting go. They no longer chase closure from others, because they've made peace with the fact that some people will never apologize, and some endings will never make sense. This calmness isn't weakness, it's evolution. When pain becomes a constant teacher, it rewires the soul. They start seeing life in layers, what matters, what doesn't, and what simply needs to be released. They conserve their energy carefully. They stop over-explaining. They stop proving their worth, because the storm has already proven it for them. They know now that survival itself is proof of strength. In conversations, you'll notice they listen more than they speak. Not because they have nothing to say, but because they've learned the cost of being misunderstood. They choose their words the way an artist chooses colors, with intention, knowing that honesty can both heal and hurt. Their calmness is often mistaken for coldness, but it's really a kind of sacred balance, a way of protecting their inner peace from being disturbed again. They've also grown to appreciate solitude. Where once loneliness felt unbearable, now it feels like safety. They use silence as a space to breathe, to think, and to reconnect with themselves. It's where they process the emotions they no longer wish to dump on others. They've learned that not everyone can handle the weight of their truth, and that's okay. Their calmness isn't the absence of emotion, it's the mastery of it. The storm taught them to stay still even when everything inside is shaking. It taught them that sometimes the best reaction is none at all. So now, when life throws chaos their way, they no longer panic. They breathe, observe, and move with quiet grace. Because once you've survived the worst, peace isn't just a choice. It's your way of life. You can see it in their eyes, the quiet strength, the deep silence, and that strange mix of sadness and wisdom. People who've suffered too much don't wear their pain loudly anymore. It's in the way they listen, the way they protect their peace, and the way they never expect anything from anyone. They've been broken, rebuilt, and now they walk through life differently. Softer hearts, but stronger souls. People who have suffered too much move through life differently, slower, quieter, and more aware. You can almost feel it before they speak. There's a certain stillness about them, like they've walked through storms that no one else can see. Their eyes tell stories of nights spent in silence, of battles fought alone, and of pain that taught them patience. They no longer react the way others do, because their world has already been shaken and rebuilt too many times. Where most people rush to speak, they pause. Where others judge, they listen. Suffering has made them observers, of people, of energy, of truth. They've learned that not everyone who smiles means well, and not everyone who leaves means loss. They understand that life doesn't always reward good hearts, but it does teach them how to see what truly matters. Their strength isn't loud. It's quiet, subtle, and often mistaken for detachment. But behind that calm is a person who has learned the hard way that peace is fragile. Every time they let someone close, it's a choice made with both courage and fear. Pain has turned them inward. They overthink kindness, question motives, and analyze silences. It's not because they want to. It's because experience taught them that love and betrayal often arrive wearing the same face. And so, they've built invisible boundaries that only the patient can cross. Still, deep inside, they crave connection, even if they rarely show it. But here's the paradox. The same suffering that broke them also refined them. It stripped away illusions, taught them humility, and gave them an emotional depth most people can't comprehend. They no longer chase validation, approval, or attention. What they want now is simple, peace, stability, and truth. They've seen what chaos does to the soul, and they've promised themselves never to live inside it again. So they walk quietly, love gently, and protect their hearts fiercely. They may not smile as often, but when they do, it's real. Their words are few, but their presence is heavy, because those who've suffered too much don't need to prove their strength. Their silence says everything.